Hi, I'm Shannon. This is microbiology, week 2, lab 2. There are 2 labs for this week. This lab that I'm going to talk about is the dilutions and plate counts. Interesting, for sure. Started with preparing my agar plates, which are a nutrient that they use to develop microbes made up of mostly red seaweed. So I started with that, got my plates all situated, which is kind of a process. You kind of have to like cook the agar and then pour them into the plates and let them dry prior to even doing your test. This is a study on the yeast, on what yeast looks like, and it's a dilution, dilution, looking at from one specimen to the next, pulling from the vial, how it continues to get diluted until the specimen is less colonized, but still will give you an idea of what was in the original colonization. There were a couple of things that I kind of did wrong that I figured out kind of a little too late. I definitely caught a couple of pictures, looked at my specimens, but I did not refrigerate them and continue to let them incubate. So the incubation, although I visualized what was happening with the colonies, did not get a picture of that. So I accidentally screwed that one up. But letting it the incubation last longer, definitely there was more happening with the specimens that I had. So we started with yeast. We prepared some yeast, and then a calculation of, I think it was 2.25 mLs of distilled water in each one of the vials. We had 6, 10 through 6, and poured those in there, and then put, I believe it was 2.25 distilled water and 0.25 of the yeast into vial number 1. And then we continue to fill each vial out of the one prior. So 10.1 went into 10.2. And so it was 0.25 from 10.1 into 10.2, 10.2 into 10.3. 10.3 into 10.4, which was cool. So did that, and then on our plates that were already prepared, cooled, and ready for us to put them in, dropped 4 drops into each one of those plates, swished it around, sealed it, and let it sit for 12 hours with the specimen on top of the agar, and then we flipped it over after the 12 hours so that the agar was to the top of the plate. So and then let them sit to incubate. So interesting things happening. Same thing with our other specimens in the other lab. We see a little bit of condensation, so there's definitely metabolism happening inside. I'm not sure that that's happens for everybody. I'm not really sure. I don't know, but my temperatures are right in the area. I used the bleach when we started to prep the area. Used alcohol for the pipettes, bleach when I cleaned everything off, bleach when I got rid of my leftover specimens, or got my tubes all cleaned. did keep the specimens for further use in the other lab. This one was just yeast, so I didn't need to save the specimens for that. So anyway, so that is that. Used the precautions that we're instructed to do: the bleach, the alcohol, the gloves, the goggles, the apron, making sure that my area is not ventilated to the extent that anything becomes an aerosol in my work site. Definitely making sure that there are no small children or pets that are near my specimens as they're growing. And then tonight, since I am done now with these specimens for the time being, I will go ahead and safely put them in a refrigerator and make sure that no one can get to them, and save them for future use. And that is it for me. Again, Shannon Householder, microbiology, week 2, lab 2.